Hey guys, it's me. I was just going to go over this anchor chart really quick because I know I only got to it with a couple classes yesterday, so I didn't want you to just be completely lost at how to do this. Your worksheet is over this today, so remember you can pause, you can pre-watch it however many times you want. So we're evaluating algebraic expressions, evaluate with formulas and substitution. Evaluate just means like solve it. That's basically what we're doing. So there's only one step, which makes it really easy. So if you need to pause it to write this down, then that's fine. Step one is substitute, which that's a really good key word because we're going to be using substitution a lot. Substitute the variable for the number it equals and solve using the order of operations. So if you write that down and then come back and then we'll talk about the rest of it. So hopefully you have step one written down and your page all labeled. Remember, this goes in the next blank page behind chapter 7. So the first one we're going to talk about is this one right here. So it says 4 times m minus 8 divided by 3. And then we've got the semicolon, which you've never seen before, and we're going to talk about that. M equals 14. So write that down really quickly, and then let's discuss it. So hopefully you wrote that down. And now I want to talk to you about the semicolon. So the semicolon is basically just like a tool to separate the expression, which remember expression is a math problem without an equal sign, from what the variable is equal to. So here's your expression that you're going to solve. And then here is what the variable is equal to. So m equals 14. So what you're going to do is you're going to rewrite, I don't know what happened. There we go. You're going to rewrite this problem right here with m equals 14. We're going to substitute that m out, but that's all we're going to do. So right here, I rewrote it and I brought down 4 times. And remember, whenever there's a number right next to a parentheses, that means multiply. And that's why I put that little tiny dot there to remind you that that actually means multiply. So 4 times, instead of m, I'm going to put 14 minus 8 divided by 3. Okay, so once you're completely finished rewriting the problem and then just substituting in the 14 for m, we're going to use the order of operations just like we've learned. So I'm going to have you write your PEMDAS as a checklist over to the side, and then we're going to go through every one of those. So I do have parentheses, which is 14 minus 8, so I underline 14 minus 8. And I solve it. 14 minus 8 is 6. So I drop down my answer, and then I drop down the rest of the problem. Then once I'm done with that, I'm done with parentheses. So I mark off the P, and then I go to E. E is for exponents. So I don't have any exponents here. So I'm going to skip that one, mark it off, go to the next one. M and D is multiplication and division from left to right. So remember, I always have to read my problem from left to right. So I have 4 times 6. So we're going to solve that first. Underline 4 times 6. The answer is 24. So I just drop down the 24. And then the rest of my problem divided by 3. And then the last thing I have to do is 24 divided by 3. Solve that. My answer is 8. Always circle your answer and draw your V or your Dorito chip or whatever you want to call that. So that's how you solve these. It's really, really easy and it looks difficult, but you just have to remember that this little semicolon here is nothing to be scared of. It's just saying that you're going to solve this expression for the variable equaling 14. Okay, so the next one over here is 3 times y squared plus 2. And then I have 4, y equals 4. So just like the last one, I rewrite the problem, but instead of the y, I'm going to put in the 4. 3 times 4 squared plus 2. Then I write out my PEMDAS checklist, and I'm going to solve it. Don't forget to underline each step and drop down your answers to where you have a problem at the end, or your answer at the end, circle it, draw your V. Same thing right here. This last one is a formula, so I want to talk to you a little bit about that. This is actually the formula of a perimeter. This is an equation because it has an equal sign. Remember, expressions don't have an equal sign, but equations do. So we have P equals 2L plus 2W for L equals 2.4 and W equals 1.2. So I'm going to rewrite it just exactly the same. Just because you see a lot of variables doesn't make it any different. It's still the exact same. And remember, whenever I have a coefficient next to a variable, that's called a term, and that means that I'm supposed to multiply. So I'm going to rewrite the P, that stands for perimeter, because I don't have anything over here that tells me what P equals, so that means I'm solving for P. So I rewrite the P equals 2 times, instead of L, I'm going to put 2.4 because L equals 2.4, plus 2 times, and I'm going to put 1.2 because W equals 1.2. Then after I'm done doing that, I'm going to write PEMDAS just like I did before and solve it to where P equals 7.2. All right, that's it. Have a good day.